Cool. Coffee. Is that coffee? Yeah, coffee. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody having a good night? Can you guys hear me? I hope the speaker is all right. Anyway, a lot of people have been asking me, about my tattoos and everything, and I wanted to explain the 3 tattoos that I had actually. So yeah, so my first, I'll just jump right into it. I have 3 tattoos. I want to get more, but as a Catholic, it's really debatable. And like I've talked to people, and it's really really. I mean, like depending on what you get, and depending on how many tattoos you have, you know what I mean. Like if your whole arm is tatted up, I mean that's a little bit much for me, but a few tattoos here and there, I don't know, and then depending on what they are too, you know what I mean. I mean, as a Christian, I mean, like I would be a little disappointed when I see somebody say "I love Satan" on their hand or whatever, But all right. So most of my tattoos are religious. But anyway, I will jump right into it, and you will get to see me topless here in a second, because I'm going to show you the tattoo I have on my chest. All right. So this one right here, I have a Batman symbol right here. And I will be honest with you, that was back in my partying days. I was actually I drank all the time. I was drinking very regularly. So I'd say that was back in 2017, actually, when I got that tattoo. And that was right after the third Batman and the Christian Bale franchise came out. And everybody was so hyped about it. I don't regret it, honestly. And, I went to a place that was really cheap because I knew it was cheap ink. It's really, 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 really rubbed off, if you look really closely. But hello, Nanny Stacks, how are you? So that's that, and I don't regret it, but I would get part of it removed because I want to put Superman in the middle. If I could do anything to it, that's what I would do. You remove part of it, in the middle, so I could put Superman in the middle, Batman and Superman, because that's my go-to. You know what I mean? Batman and Superman. You cannot have Superman without Batman. You cannot have Batman without Superman, basically, because those are both nostalgic superheroes from a very long time ago. Anyway. So, all right, my next tattoo right here, I got this back in 2010, Celtic Cross, and I mean, that's the most symbolism in my life, is that I'm part Irish and, Italian, as you can see in my cooking, obviously, but, I mean, like, hello, Clips, how are you? I got this, way back then, because it just looked cool, This was supposed to be originally a heart, but, I made it a shamrock. But my father is 70% Irish and my mom is 5% Irish, and then she's part Italian. But yeah, Irish is on both sides. So this has a lot of significance into it. So that's why I got that, actually. And this one is really good. The place I went to, it was $170, and it was worth every penny. It looks so clean. It looks so still new, for so long, actually. Other than the Batman tattoo, the ink was really bad there. And this is why it was only $50, You're going to spend over $100, $200 for a good tattoo, even a small one, you know what I mean? Average. So anyway, so that's that. Give me a moment, guys, and then I'll explain my third tattoo. And I love this tattoo. I absolutely love it. It's my heritage. It's meaning. It's colorful. It's beautiful. So anyway, all right, I'm going to show you my fourth tattoo. Give me a moment, guys. All right, so here's my fourth tattoo right here, the PX symbol right there. And the reason why I got that, there's a symbolism behind that too, actually. So the PX, this symbol right here, depending on how you can see it, that is actually the original Greek symbol and used for Jesus Christ. The P is for J and the X is for Christ. That's the Greek symbol for Jesus Christ. From the research that I've done, and it's more commonly found in traditional Catholic culture. You know what I mean? So, so that being said, you know, years ago, many years ago, when I was young, I pledged myself into the Holy Name of Jesus Christ Society, which I pledged myself against blasphemy, perjury, and obscenity, and pornography or anything like that. And I'm a sinner. I fall all the time. So they give us a pin with this symbol on it. This symbol. That's why I got that. So because I am part of the Holy Name of Jesus Christ Society. So there is a meaning behind that. But like I said, it's more commonly found in traditional Catholic culture, and I still adore it. I love it. I do the best that I can. I've broken those kinds of things. But yeah. Yeah, it's a ancient Greek symbol, and it represents Jesus. It is the representation of Jesus Christ. So, there you go. I appreciate that. So you seen it, yeah. So that's that. So those are my tattoos, actually. So people have asked me about my tattoos and everything. So I really wanted to give you guys an explanation. Nice to see you, Nanny Stacks. I'm starting to see you a lot more often. Okay, I didn't think you were a big social media fan, but anyway. King of Kings. Oh, are you a Christian too? That's awesome. Praise be Jesus Christ. Christ is King. I like it. I like it a lot. That's awesome. Are you a he or a her? I'm sorry. Nanny. I think of Nanny. I used to call my grandmother Nonna. We're Italian, so we used to call her Nonna. Because when you say nanny, I was like Nanny. So yeah, I'm not sure. So if I'm sorry, I don't want to misgender you or anything like that. So yeah, but I don't know. So I interesting though. I'm seeing you a lot more often. A nonna, grandma, you betcha. Oh, that's awesome. Wow. Yeah, nonna. I don't think there's an A in it, though. Actually, no. It's funny, actually. We used to call her another word. My grandmother, we used to call her great-grandmother that, and, my nieces and nephews call my mom that, too. But, they, thing is that, there was a language, back in northern Italy, you go to Switzerland, they speak French and they speak English, German, depending on what side you're on. But, in northern Italy, there's a dead language, which is mixed with German, which is on the border of Austria and Italy, and they speak Forlan, it's called, actually, which is a mix of German and Italian. So, yeah. So there's in this Forlan language, we used to, and the name for grandmother was Vava. So you used to call my grandmother Vava, and I love my Vava. God rest her soul, But anyway, yeah, Vava means grandmother in Forlan, a mixture of Italian and German. So yeah, it's kind of cool actually. Look it up. You might see the language actually. There's some YouTube videos. My mother looks up the YouTube videos sometimes. Of people who live in that region, between the border of Austria and Italy, actually. It's kind of cool, actually, so yeah. So you guys got to see me topless. No tears. I know. You're going to pay me to put my clothes back on. Anyway. So I just wanted to explain to you guys my tattoos and everything, so now you have a clear explanation on that. So how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody having a good night? All that fun stuff? Anybody having any great plans or anything like that? Anybody have anything fun going on? Somebody said earlier to get drunk. Wow. I understand that. I dig. I'm an alcoholic too. I understand. Favorite season and why? Oh, holy crap. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Favorite season. You know what? Every season has their advantage and disadvantage, but my favorite season is summer. And just because I like being hot. I don't like being cold. I get sick in the cold. I don't do bad in the heat. I mean, okay, I can't put this where I want to put it. But anyway, I guess I'll do this right here. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, that's the. So there you go. All right. Yeah, my favorite season is July, June, summer. No, July, and specifically July because my birthday falls on July 29th, 1989. So yeah. So that's kind of cool, actually. Yeah. Um, yeah, favorite season is summer because I do really well with summer. I would rather take heat than winter, and we're dealing with it right now, actually. The heat is not working very well in my house. So yeah, I'm a little ticked off, and the landlord never answers their phone here, actually. So yeah, I think that's actually a really, really good thing. So yeah. No, summer is a lot better. I'm actually probably starting to gain, a tolerance to colds because I don't get. I mean, normally I used to get sick for so many years around December, like 2 or 3 times, right before Christmas. But I didn't get sick until January, and it wasn't as bad as normally when I would get sick. So I know my body. I believe in tolerance. Your body will build a tolerance to a cold, and your body builds a tolerance to flus and all that fun stuff. A lot of people who are older told me it was like I haven't been sick in so many years just because I built a tolerance to it. So there's probably truth to it. Getting sick does strengthen your immune system. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah. Anyway, anybody have any questions, concerns, comments? Anybody want to see me cook something next, or what does anybody want to see me cook next? Something cool, something exquisite, And I'll be honest with you guys, I mean, like I'm starting to notice this, and this is the way I'm going to be from now on. But on occasion, I will do something different, straight away. People on YouTube, unless you have a lot of followers, people want to see, basic, simple recipes, you know what I mean? And I love watching Guy's Grocery Games, Guy Fieri, and there's chefs that do exquisite recipes and everything. And then, they do fancy, like, fancy turkey burger, with cranberry aioli sauce on it. Nobody's gonna know what that is, you have to do something basic, a regular burger, I mean, like make a meatloaf, with French onion gravy or anything like that, yeah. Favorite meal to cook? Oh, okay. Oh, pizza. Pizza. I love a pizza. I mean, meal? Oh, I mean, like, I like steak and asparagus. That's a meal. Okay, a meal. You're saying a meal. I love steak. I love a steak and asparagus. I love asparagus. Bacon wrapped asparagus or lemon, seasoned asparagus. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, powerful charge. How are you? I got a comment there. Oh, thank you. How about you? What's your favorite meal to cook? I love a steak with steak au poivre with asparagus. I like I love asparagus. Asparagus is actually really an acquired taste for a lot of people. But I actually like it. I like the acquired taste vegetables. I like asparagus. I love Brussels sprouts. I really like the taste of them. But I do not like broccoli. I don't like broccoli that much, and I really don't like I don't like cauliflower either. It's too bland to tasteless to me. I think asparagus, if you season it really well and cook it to a perfection, it actually tastes amazing. Actually, bacon wrapped asparagus, a glazed asparagus. Oh my gosh! Or maple bourbon glazed asparagus. Oh man, crunchy fried asparagus. Oh, it's actually It's pretty fine, honestly. With that with steak. Steak goes really, really well. I've heard of it, but I have not done that. Is it good? Should I try that or what? I've heard of that though. You're onto something. Does it make it taste better or what? Oh, so tender. I've heard of that. Yeah, I want to tell you. Okay, so it makes it a lot more tender. Okay. Well, I'll have to try that then. Thank you so much for telling me that. But yeah. So yeah, and I also love peas. Peas, oh my peas are my go-to. I think they're delicious actually. Like I can go without broccoli. I can go without cauliflower. I can go out with a lot of vegetables, but yeah, you don't see me cooking vegetables very often. I should. I know I'm an unhealthy person, but yeah, I like salads. I love salads actually. A salad with chicken, Italian dressing and some cheese, and I like banana peppers, jalapeno peppers on mine, and whatever cheese that's on hand, mushrooms and artichokes. Yeah, that's a good salad for me. But yeah, and cucumbers, cucumbers. I love cucumbers too. Very good, very good, very good. Can you give me $1 million? I would do a lot. I mean, wow. I mean, like somebody's telling me to do something. I mean, you need to learn. Actually, I've been and I've learned this from experience. Actually, you know, telling somebody what to do on their own channel, is gonna piss people off. Actually, can you give me $1 million? Yeah, you give me $1 million, I would. I I would probably do a lot of things for $1 million. Not everything, but a lot of things. You know what I mean? If you gave me $1 million, I would do it. Yeah, sure. But yeah, I know that's not gonna happen. So anyway, it was like, can you do this? People will give you that, thing, or do a backflip, or do something, that you can't do on your channel. And when I doom scroll, I look at a lot of live channels, and I've doom scrolled and I looked at a lot of weird channels, but I commented many many times, and I mean, a lot of times nobody answered, but the times that people answered, somebody, I don't know what channel it was a woman, and she had a channel, and she was just cursing and swearing consistently. And then I just told her, and my only comment was like, why are you swearing so much? What's the deal? You know what I mean? Because, I have my nieces and my nephews watching my channel, and their kids. So, I don't swear. I try not to swear that much on my channel. And she said, F you, Mr. Philly, I'll do what I want on my channel. So people don't like being told what to do on their channel. So you know what I mean? I make bread. No, I don't. I need to do that. I need a bread maker. My mom has a bread maker. So yeah, I need to actually start making bread and biscuits, actually. I was thinking about that this morning, actually, making bread. That would be really, really cool, actually. My mother, she makes her own bread for Philly cheesesteaks, and it's to die for. You know what I mean? With her bread maker, so cool. I really want to make deep dish pizza, deep dish pizza for you guys. Tony, bring me a lot of pizza, soon. So hopefully that's gonna be reality very, very soon. I got a really lively crowd tonight. That's really, really cool. Actually, you make bread all the time. Then that's cool. I really appreciate it. That's really cool. Actually, well, you need to send me your recipe for bread. Actually, because yeah, I need to start making bread. I don't bake that much. Baking is a science, but I should start doing that. Because I know baked bread would be a lot better with my sandwiches. And other things that I cook. So but I really, yeah, I need to start baking more. Baking is a science, though, and you need to be a lot more precise. I love to cook. Baking, I mean, would be really good too. So yeah. Oh yeah, biscuits are easy. Actually, I have a really really good biscuits and gravy recipe. So yeah. Can't make bread. Bread's not that hard to make either, though. But I really do want to make some good bread too. Bread's pretty easy to make, actually. And I see so many videos and so many recipes. They say, once you just make homemade bread, you're never gonna want to buy certain breads at the store. So yeah, and biscuits are good. Add sugar to it to make it taste better. Actually, with your biscuits, it tastes a lot better. Actually, so yeah, I have a recipe. You add sugar to it, it tastes really good. But anyway. So what are you doing tonight? Nanny Stacks? So tonight, hopefully, I mean, the heat is so bad that my pipes froze. Actually, so I have no water. So hopefully, debatably, I'm gonna be hopefully making a meatloaf tonight. But I'm gonna put a little spin on it, French onion meatloaf with French onion gravy smothered on top, with Gruyere cheese in the middle and some onions. You know what I mean? I'm crazy. I ride the crazy train every day. It's called a 12-pack of Donkel. I'm just kidding. But sometimes I do. You know what I mean? I'm a crazy person. Queasy. A pussycats are the queasiest people. You know what I mean? I'm a queasy person. You're pickle or you're fickle? Fickle? Don't be fickle. You're fickle? I had this discussion with somebody. She said, don't be fickle. Fickle. But cut the pickle. You know what I mean? Alright, nobody's answering this question. I'm going to put it good on the side, you know? There we go. Oh, I like it a lot. How bright Jay-Z, you know? Alright. Alright. Clips 917. There we go. Crazy. Well, I mean, like, it's not about sweet either, honestly. You know, it's about tasting better, you know? It tastes, I mean, kind of, not sweet, but better, you know what I mean? Oh, really? Where are you at? Well, I appreciate you stopping by. I really appreciate that. Well, watch the live. You know, we got a good recipe coming tonight. We got a really great recipe coming later. Some French onion meatloaf. East Coast. Okay, I'm from the East Coast too. I'm from Philly. I'm from Philadelphia. Philadelphia. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of cool actually. Yeah. Um. Hey, make sure you cook something good. If you want to put it on YouTube, I'd love to watch it. So yeah. Yeah, I love biscuits and gravy though. You know what I mean? I mean, like biscuits and gravy is my go-to. You know, morning meal. I mean, like that's my favorite. One of my favorite breakfasts. You know, that's probably my top three. You know, pancakes and lots of bacon, and then it goes bacon, and then it goes biscuits and gravy, and then it also from Georgia line. You're from Georgia. Baby, you a song. You make me want to roll my window down and cruise. Florida Georgia line. It made me think of that, song. Anyway, now when I turn this off and listen to that song, but yeah, yeah, biscuits and gravy, and then, one thing that I haven't cooked, I love. I think a full English is delicious. Actually, one thing the British got really, really well right is breakfast. They got the beans and they got the blood sausage, and they got sauces and cherry tomatoes, and then toast and beans on the breakfast. Oh man, and eggs. Oh man, I really, really want to make that for you guys. A full English breakfast as soon as I can find some blood sausage. I mean, I feel like I would like that actually. I'm not that diverse. I used to not be that diverse, but now I am. So yeah, it's kind of cool. So anyway. All right, well, it was really nice hanging out with you guys, but I'm going to take off here in a second and reboot the series because, we actually have some, meatloaf to make here soon. All right, guys, I'll see you in a few, actually. Don't forget to like and follow. We're cooking tonight. We're cooking some delicious food, and it's going to be 5 stars forever, okay? I'll see you later, too. Bye, Nana. Bye.